Hi, this is Alice. I know today is January 19th, but Happy New Year. Everybody who knows me knows that I don't particularly like taking pictures, and even though I made my living most of my life on camera, I don't like being on camera. Now, we're doing this because I've been trying to teach my grandchildren. I'm raising my seven grandchildren, or seven of my grandchildren, and I've been trying to teach them the importance of doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. I've been challenging them to take risks, to learn some new things, and try to do some things that they normally wouldn't do. So my 11-year-old challenged me. He reminded me how I don't like taking pictures anymore and how I don't like being on camera. So he challenged me. If I get on camera, then he would try some different things too. So here I am on camera accepting the challenge. And there is something that crossed my mind when we were working on, or I was teaching them about Dr. Martin Luther King and what his life was all about, the sacrifices he made that we could have freedom and justice and equality today. So, as I was teaching them about the Civil Rights Act and all of those things, I tried to remind them that even though racism, discrimination, all of those things do still exist today in some form and in some degree. We talked about bad people, police officers who have really been pretty evil to to just be honest, just evil that have cost lives and killed innocent people, harassed people, all of those things. But I reminded them, and I remind all of us, there are a lot of good police officers. There's still a lot of good people. Everybody is not a racist, and everybody does not have a heart filled with ugliness and discrimination and all of those things. And as I reminded the children, the civil rights movement would not have been the same had there not been a lot of people of various races, black and white, young and old, all working together to achieve one goal. And even though things aren't perfect today, and even though things are not where we would like them to be, we have definitely come a long way. And Dr. King's dream is it is a reality in many ways for all of us. I can live wherever I want to live if I can afford it. Um, my grandchildren go to school in a neighborhood that at one time we wouldn't have been able to live in. So much has happened. We've made lots of strides, and yes, we do have a long way to go. But we will get there, and we'll get there together. I challenge you, as my grandson has challenged me, and as I have challenged him, I challenge you to do this. Think about someone in your life who has been kind to you, who has done a good deed, not someone just like you, someone totally different than you are, different race, different culture, different background, so that we can remind ourselves of how far we have truly come and how much of a reality Dr. King's dream truly has become for all of us. We enjoy so many freedoms now. And I want to share this with you. It's really cold. Everybody knows how cold it is. Well, I'm in this house with all these seven grandchildren, and my neighbor, my next door neighbor, who is Hispanic, called me earlier this evening and she asked me if we were okay. And I'm like, yes, we're fine, just trying to keep warm. And she said, but what about food? It's so cold outside. I said, I am not going anywhere. I said, I'm bundled up. We're upstairs. The heat is off downstairs, and we're all upstairs just keeping warm. I said, because it is just too much trying to heat this entire house. And she said, well, I have some things over here. You don't need to get out. It is cold. If you need something, she said, let me know and I'll give it to you. And I said, well, the only thing that I neglected to get before it got too cold was milk. And I noticed earlier today that I was almost down to only half a gallon. And she immediately said, I've got a gallon of milk that I can let you have. And she said, I also cooked rice for dinner, but she said, that's because I had planned a dinner party and it's not going to happen. She said, it's still hot. She said, let me send that over there. I said, oh, I've got rice and I'm going to do some rice myself. She said, no, I've already done this. She said, let me do this. So I said, okay. She said, well, I'm going to bring it. I said, no, let me send my son. So my son went over and he got the milk and he got the rice. And it was a wonderful, kind thing for her to do. And again, she's a different culture, different race, different background. So there are so many good people in the world today. And I challenge you to think of someone who has done something kind for you and praise that person, praise where we have come from, praise where we are today, and pray for those whose hearts are still cold and dark and evil. My neighbor is Miss Emma, and I also want to tell you about another neighbor. She's Caucasian. Linda is also a friend. She sends me 6 and 8 dozen eggs all the time, every other week or so, because she wants to make sure that all of these children never run out of anything. There's so many good people in the world today. God has blessed many people with the spirit of love and peace and goodness. And you hear my grandchildren fighting. And I want to challenge you to show that kind of kindness to someone else. But most of all, I challenge you to praise someone who's totally different from you are. And let's appreciate all the strides that we have made as a people, as a race, and individually. Now, that was long. That was a long challenge. But nevertheless, hey, I did it. I stepped outside of my comfort zone. I'm asking you to do the same. God bless. Happy New Year. And